Alright everybody, it's Froman back in here. I just want to talk to y'all. I had an idea that everyone's been throwing around, or I've been throwing around to people, and we've been talking about it. Is that I do all these dorky videos, of course, and whether you watched them or not yet, all the Froman videos, it's really just me being a dork, trying to bring people positive mood, trying to make people laugh, or just see that you can be dorky and happy in any mood. And it doesn't matter whether it's accepted or not. If it brings you happiness or positive, then you should do those kind of things. If the outcome brings good, then there's no reason to hesitate. If I'm thinking to myself, I want to be a dork because it makes me laugh, and other people laugh and they feel better, and then they hang out because of that, and then it makes them feel better, and then they start to be a dork, then it becomes a little bit more of contagious, and everyone's feeding off of positive fun. Instead, what we're seeing, what I believe is yes, this is a positive rant, and you guys can shut this off at any time. But you're choosing to listen. Instead, what we see is we get these shows and things that we spend most of our time, they seem positive, but really they're negatively charged positives. And no, I don't mean directly like the way that a battery is charged in a car. What I mean by negatively charged positive is, things like drugs and not, we're not going to get into the whole what's natural, what's not. Just things that give you a good feeling, but aren't always necessarily a good for you. Things like watching TV that are super, super dramatic and violent give us good feelings. We get off on it. I'm just as guilty as anybody else. However, what I've noticed is, and if you guys know anything about brain anatomy and the way the synapses work, the more you watch this stuff, the more that we surround ourselves, and this is obvious to a lot of people out there, but for the people that's not, you can choose to take this information and be ignorant and be a sheep, or you can choose to step left or right with it. And if you choose not to choose, you still have made a choice. Thank you, Geddy Lee. Now, that being said, what I'm trying to say, yeah, I know. What I'm trying to say is that if you get away from the positively or the negative charge positives, and start to really focus on each other and doing things knowing that this makes me happy, and then all of a sudden other people become happy, and then they hang out more, and then they're happier, and then they're happier to other people, and then all of a sudden they're more positive, and then you don't let that negative, the violent or the drama or the she said this and did you hear who's sleeping with who, you don't let all that take over the energy of the room or your environment. Squash it, get rid of it, guys. It's a fucking disease. It's a disease. And the more you think about that stuff, the more your brain is rewiring itself, literally. These are facts. You want to look this stuff up. Your brain is rewiring itself literally every time you get off on something that's negative. It is saying that's what you want, that's what you want, that's what you want. So guess what? That's what you're going to keep getting in your life. I'm 26 years old. No, I don't know the meaning of life, but I will say this. I will say that 100% without a doubt, I'm in a better place than I've ever been in my life, and I owe that to one thing, to God and positive energy. Now, when I say God, let's go here for 1 second. I'm going to get rid of this real quick. Everyone that doesn't believe in religion or does, or God is this, or Buddhist, or Hindu, or Christian, or whatever. Guys, regardless of what God you choose to believe in, that's fine. I'm not judging you, and you should not be judging me if you really believe in love. Because in the end, all we want to do is be good. And if we're good, then it's going to bring good. And then all of a sudden, religion lines don't matter anymore. And then all of a sudden, state lines don't matter anymore. And then all of a sudden, country lines don't matter anymore. Who am I starting to sound like now? Thank you, Mr. John Lennon. Rest in peace. Now, these guys knew what was up, man. They knew what they were doing. They weren't just talking out of their ass. Now, people heard them. And the people that chose to also be a shepherd and not be a fucking sheep stepped to the right side of the line. And they went, wow, he's right. We can make this different. We can make the meaning of life right now. I don't have it all figured out. I'm trying to figure it all out. But what I will say is this, and I'm going to leave you guys off on this is my first positive rant. I'm going to start calling these, I'm going to be frank with you. This is Froman video, but I'm going to be frank with you. These are my positive rants. I'm going to finish you guys off with this one today. If all of this, if you take all this into context and you take it down whatever path you want to take, if you want to go to religion and still be good to people, if you want to go to meditation and spiritual journey and still be good to people, if you want to do your own solitude and completely you know, only choose when to step in and be good, but always trying to emit positive. You're going to do good. It will work. It doesn't matter. Just follow that positive. Don't let these negatively charged positive things that we get off on that aren't necessarily bringing good back to us run our lives. And the more positive you become, the more vortex you become. The more of a vortex you become, the more people come to you for positive, and the more they become positive. That is what true success to me is. And the meaning of life is right now. It's one moment at a time. Heaven is this moment. And this moment becomes heaven the split second you let go of ego. When ego is gone, and you let go of judgment of any other person, and judgment of me for saying this, and me judging you for not listening if you're not listening. When we let go of all this judgment, all of a sudden we realize they only have one moment at a time. And every second, every minute, every hour that you have, you don't know when that might be your last one. So you better make it good. And you better start realizing that the meaning of life is life itself. You're not here to find anything. You're not looking for anything. Stop looking. It's right here. It's right inside. You're not looking for shit. The meaning of life is inside. You are alive. If you just found out that you're pregnant and you don't want to and you don't think that it's time to have a kid, I'm not going to judge either decision you make. If you have a baby, it's going to be the most beautiful thing on this earth. If you don't think that you can manage that situation and it's completely 100% out of your control at this moment, and you have to make decisions, but you're going to be okay in the end, guess what? Make it okay. It's life. And whoever's out there judging right now, I'm not pro-choice or not pro-choice. I'm neither. I'm not judging. It's not me. I am internal. I'm only saying this to y'all because I want anyone out there who's listening to me to be able to feel the clarity of what it really is like when you step back. I love you guys, man. I do. I love all y'all. And anybody that's listening to me and starts to follow these pages, I love you guys just as much, man, for understanding and appreciating that someone out there feels like you do, and that someone out there feels like I do. I got to get back to watching the road, guys. I'm serious. If you understand this stuff, then that means you're feeling it. And if you're feeling it, that means you can feel my energy right now. And if you can feel my energy right now, I'm showing y'all some love. Peace out.